Makotwa. Obi aji misika wo do right. And America. And then the position.
We free party the man.
Me wom.
Wo dey wo.
Me da so wo MPP.
Ja.
Ma me kan ko say light ni hard no.
Ja no kure no na santimpe no kure. Ah. Me ka kire jai asantimpe no kure.
Oba me wo MPP mu. Na say light of we hard ni am.
Enam say asanti kuro we ni yempe no kure o. Enu kure yempe en how ho.
Yo.
Dabi the mema ni yawo ya.
And tell her for boy. Miss election year ni wo no. Am I some of the communicators no. Ya da ko ehun de kaka obon.
Dabi enya hwe. Enya hwe because I had the asanti mamu de wo ha na say light of bar. Dum siesie nti nya abotre.
Always give me car light and makotwa. Obi aji misika wo do right. And America. And then the position.
We free party the man.
Me wom.
Wo dey wo.
Me da so wo MPP.
Ja.
Ma me kan ko say light ni hard no.
Ja no kure no na santimpe no kure. Ah. Me ka kire jai asantimpe no kure.
Oba me wo MPP mu. Na say light of we hard ni am.
Enam say asanti kuro we ni yempe no kure o. Enu kure yempe en how ho.
Yo.
Dabi the mema ni yawo ya.
And tell her for boy. Miss election year ni wo no. Am I some of the communicators no. Ya da ko ehun de kaka obon.
Dabi enya hwe. Enya hwe because I had the asanti mamu de wo ha na say light of bar. Dum siesie nti nya abotre.
All right. Ebusia for na make I will say so call Facebook. We are live on Freemind Family Ghana. Oko YouTube so we are live on Freemind Family Ghana. Ebusia unya baso an bomodin na share na like na dwumadi no. Entimi enkonanim. It's as simple as that. And then my bantem, yeah, don't worry. I'll still come back at 3 p.m. Ghana time. We are just by the way. There are some few issues some pese ye bobo ho na ye discuss na Ghana phone na yetimi enya ye ho ntiase. Na video bi twego on social media. Emissary. You know, emissary. But then no, it's still something that we can all learn from. Because when na ye my Ghana ye koso ya. Sebi you kwasia any Jimmy for ene beka say. Akufo Addo nko na ne ba omia no nto aso. Was I in Ghana for in him say Akufo Addo any ba omia the same thing. Akufo Addo any ba omia enso ye bia na ntemo. Yemfa we nhyia say video we na etwagu ye ni kan yemfa we nhyia say na yenko to the main issue. Ay, Retanak TV, easy you. Me a shop say uhu ye ho na unim sasa de TV a chairman make ho ase because we dey me like. E basa ni ma we dey me like pa. Akufo Addo e na onum Yesu boja se ne wonya bofuro nkwan bia onum no. Akufo Addo mampani ni nie. E na ene ori Yesu honam. Enum Yesu moja se ne a wonya bofuro nkwan ni fufu bia ori. Akufo Addo nie. You see, this is one of the reasons why some of us have got a problem with the church. Because the church has become a safe haven for criminals. Ghana criminals na obi adwane a aso dem ene ekobo ye ho adwa. The church today has become a safe haven for criminals. E wana Akufo Addo mu nyina akọ. E wana eye ba omiamo na eken ufori atamu nyina akọ. Nanso asofo ni mu say these people are criminals. Obia ono oche Yesu bo se obesi eye aso dan ama Yesu. Enu nti okra abo free Israel. Enu nti no obu judges adan gu ye se odisi aso dan ma Yesu. Obi a okọ Israel bo mpaye ehye Nyankopon bo se on de so ba obesi aso dan e de ama Nyankopon e di Ghana fo nyina sika over $58 million. Etu samna we and today this is the most expensive pit in the whole of Africa, and I said the whole world. This is the most expensive pit. Akufo Addo ne si ye. Akufo Addo ene share Israel nyame bo say oboa no e ma ni bedi Ghana akonwa obesi aso dan de ahye ne din na ni bonyam ene wabu judges adan egu state property. Etu samna we ne bo eye over $58 million. Ebesi ne wentimi ensi aso dan no. Obi a ono ko Israel ko bom paye. E kire Israel na me say so boa no e ma ni bedi Ghana mampani obesi aso dan e de ahye ni din no animonyam ene was spending taxpayers money over $58 million. Wentimi ensi ebesi ne onka ho asem. Ebesi ne yenim nia eko yenim nia eba sabra biem. Obi a onu jai Ghana abo ho ekra abo free Israel say sebi yo Ghana abo ne de eya abosom Ghana abo ne de eya tantan de Ghana abo ne de eya abosonsom Ghana abo ne de nyansa bia anim ekra abo 40-footer container e free Israel Yesu krom say odi besi the foundation of the national cathedral. Obi a o say LGBTQ+ bill on sign I never throw letter Akuma Parliament. Now, Ghana for inantias say LGBT bill no Israel nyame ewo ho he's in support. Because Israel nyame na chiwade ba ko pa ne LGBT. E Bible num Israel nyame ye ka ne ho asem no. Na chiwade kese pa ne LGBT e Bible num. Etie ne say Israel nyame wo ho ampa. LGBT bill na Ghana for ye try say ye be pass no. Israel nyame is in support. Now so Akufo Addo actual letter Akoma Parliament say LGBT bill no onye ready say obe sign na on sign nen sign china. Edi over $58 million. Where this asikari now Israel nyame din mu ama empo asofo dwane from the project. Danka Williams mo dwane ye say sikana minia omudi no in the name of Israel nyame too much so they can't stand it. They ran away from the board of trustees. And this same person asa akojina Yesu fie di Yesu honam eri Yesu honam enum Yesu moja na Yesu entimi enkono. You see, now you are seeing the reason why some of us have got a problem with the church. You see the reason why some of us have got a problem with the church. This same criminal, this same person, asa kojina aso demo, eri Yesu honam, enum Yesu moja, Yesu entumi enkono. Asofo so entimi ampamono. Asofo entimi anka nche ni say, if you want to come and drink Yesu moja, first of all, no, go and sign the anti-LGBT bill. Because I don't know so yes na eno na ebema Yesu ani age. Asofo no entimi anka nche ni say, until you come to the church, and I said before you come to the church and eat the communion or whatever you call it, go first and go and complete the project of building a church for our God. Asofo no entimi anka nche no, rather asofo no ejina Akufo Addo anim ena yatam kruwa cap edi ahye ne nsa yabo Yesu moja ne ma ena onum Yesu moja sene wanya sabi yo choba nkwan bia onom. You see why some of us have got a problem with the church. Obia in 2020, ye born nipa watch to a went me anka ho asem. Tie. Obia in 2020, ye born nipa watch to a went me anka ho asem. This criminal, his hands are stained with blood. And asofo ni yawe o. Sa asofo na omwatam communion e de me Akufo Addo no, they are all aware. They are all aware. Omu inde ni mboni Akufo Addo adie. Omu inde ni mu se Akufo Addo adada nyame. Omu inde ni mu se nyame achiwade baako a Ghana fo se ye hye mra e de abo nyame achiwade ne ho ban se na be ya enti atese wo Ghana. Akufo Addo say sa be wo no ontimi nsan because adena nyame se ompe no ono Akufo Addo de ofua so. Na so ene wasa kogina Israel nyame anim enum Yesu moja eri Yesu body Israel nyame entimi enkono Yesu entimi enkono Yesu entimi and striking the dead. Now so empo in the church, especially the church of Pentecost, se okwa sorry na se okobo adwamanya uni communion ye twe wo sign in so many churches in Ghana. So okwa sorry udi communion na se woni be mate na se be ma no nye ho ade a communion uni na the communion no empa bonefo communion no empa chiwade communion no empa tantade communion no oye kromfo a onom communion no so oye sebi tutubotomu ni corrupt within here. You are not supposed to eat communion in the church because said amechiabo no you on sorry Ghana ha okwa sorry udi communion na se udi bonia you stop taking the communion until you confess your sins. But here we are. Akufo Addo akogina sebi asofo anim and asofo jimini nso abakapo so e de ma Akufo Addo say onye communion enom obra o say LGBT bill eya Israel nyame achiwade Israel nyame na almost som no ade a ompempo ne LGBT and ayen Ghana for sorry say ye hyebra se na be ya saade no enti atese wo Ghana Akufo Addo say sa amrade de ontime nsan na so ene odi communion Israel nyame Yesu entime enkono. Now free say sebi o so hye antoabo before the coming of the church. You can say ye na nanom sumabo sum kese na ye be sum Yehowa o na osom bosom no etu free say sebi o senka Akufo Addo ehye antoabo ena wentimi ani so anka sebi Akufo Addo betimi asa akogina antoa edi sa mo asem we. You see, this is why some of us have got a problem with the church. Memfa hunu gidie. Now so nia me pesa Ghana fo nyina ati ase ne say eba oman puntu a ye de osom be rewura mu a oman ni sei. Eya monwene put your emotions aside. Ena me do Yesu unhu Yesu dan so do no. Unua bi a wote wo nchen ompena sem. Me America say wudi matem so do Yesu. Hypocrite nya atomfo. Yemfa ye gidie ne nto nchen ye nka no krancha ye ho ye ho. I don't care about your belief. But you person Ghana for nati ase and say eba oman puntu any oman kankwa say the belief sem ewremu a oman ni say oman ni bo. Etienne, we can't even construct a school building for school children, but we are spending over hundreds of millions of dollars to build a church for the God of Israel. Obra yankwada eti enwiase suade. Obra adanya yenkwada komusuku ebuaku yenkwada no yesi yenya $58 million ye di tu amnanko a esi asodan worth over $500 million ama Israel nyame. Now free say Yesu krabo tiasia say sa nyambra semwe anase sa jimi semwe Yesu na ni beje ho. O free say wa kwa sorry America sa obofu eto free say Yesu tiasia sa nyambra semwe sa jimi semwe Yesu na ni beje ho. Se baabi a enkwada sua de enye. Se baabi a enkwada ne tie edan ne ibu aku enkwada no. Ye jaisa hawe nyina atam $500 million say ye di si aso dan ama Yesu na sebi o ayembia Yesu acho say oni baabi da. Yesu acho say oni baabi ti. And yet the same Yesu na and I catch a Ghana for say, in my father's house are many mansions. Wanka. Mo Jimmy kasa mo demu emotion di echi no. Me if you are too emotional, you can't follow me. Because I don't care about your emotions. Mo Jimmy blood na tie nyala sama me ka kire. Yesu aka nche mu say, in my father's house are many mansions. No obi no che say, in my father's house are many mansions no. Or the sabi yo, say Jimmy some way yeden. Cathedral na musie no. Yesu de yeden. Today go to the western world. They are selling churches, turning them into clubs and pubs. And net 21st century, Mote Ghana say, Mu jai sa how when you na, as I saw dying worth over $500 million. Ama Israel nyame. Sebo boredom enyimi ya. Now crom for way. After say, what's coming nyame awie no. Crom for way. I say nya hon with the audacity, the guts, the courage. As I ko jina Yesu enim, esa num Yesu moja edi Yesu body. It tells you the church is a scam. Because say na make sure no. Say me nimpe fe say senka Akufo Addo ehye antoa bo ena ka wantimi ani so anka ontimi nsan kogina antoa eni sa nyam brasem we. So the main fact is say o share Israel nyame bo o share Yesu bo a wantimi ani so a ene wasa kogina Yesu anim edi Yesu body every Yesu moja no enum Yesu moja no sorry o say menia eno ye bibi kire Ghana fo nyina say ene Yesu na nkasa he is questionable. Because Yesu ti ase asa nyambra se we because Yesu or striking Akufo Addo dead. On say yendwene ya Jimmy eti bibia ni a the black man process information with the heart enya ni brain. Eti no okwa sorry an American onim say a fact. Now so unya kan ya na ne boafu na odi watem edientia what touching emotions enya ni brain. Now so ni American mu amuni mu nyansa mo fama dwento ni American ho na mo ntimase. Say ye nana no mu ana ye kire se omoso mboso mu atantan de na broni de ne sombre ani a ye cast demons out of ye maame mu no ye nana no so mu sebi se jimi sem we etimi nkoso ukoboso mu so na se wa ankwa ankoda bosom na se a you cannot go back there and do this foolish things bosom no bekun but here we are on na say Israel nyame na ebu anoma ne bedi mampani o hye ne bo se oba no obesi asodan ma no wadada Israel nyame abdada Ghana for abo Ghana for chese he has deceived Ghana for as said deceiving the heavens now so when you the audacity when you the moral effrontery the moral authority as I could the same church mu esanum Yesu moja every Yesu body na asofo akromfo asofo widifo asofo Jimmy for so gina pulpit anim and I tam moja say Akufo Addo enye genom and our body say nyafu Jimmy ni way. You see why some of us have got a problem with the church. Takra the girls Akufo Addo kan dey ne fa ho. Yesu say men kunipa. The same Bible na kire Ghana for say emamu ni ewu. Enti Bible no mo no. Nyame bisa Cain say, where is your brother Abel? Nyame who say Cain, echo Abel no, or the mark eto ne mama so, say baby obeko bia anybody who sees the mark will kill him. Now say Israel nyame on pemoja. Israel nyame empe ni bekum according to the Bible. I don't crab on two things. Baby or what on wokum, baby or honso se pemoja. Enti Israel nyame nankasa no. He is the most confused God I've ever seen in any book written. The most confused God. Onuokum oya wasa che nipa se me de mempe moja mempe ni bekum leadership by example now so ye penipa ye pebosom a okonipa kese pa Israel nyame na Akufo Addo edit anyambra semwe adada Ghana for adada nyame Israel nyame antimi ankuno wasa ko jan so dem sa num yes me say the pastors are in bed with the politicians there be asasem we be coming ikada etiana ba o me to me ehena ba o me anam onam the churches. And about me, say about me, Muslim, so a Christian, Baomia is now roaming in the churches because of opportunity. To me, about me, painted today, about me, we don't know whether he's a Muslim or Christian because he's everywhere. The pastors are in bed with the politicians. It is remember Kaya, John Dramani Mahama, and Bresona also for Kasau. Christian Council. Remember Kaya, John Dramani Mahama, so they were talking. Every minute we are na yema press conference. And I'm a hame, and I dum swabo, ya homo chen yo, or my name say yo, the church members no, almost every minute they were giving press conferences. John Drama Esan say, Now the church Emperor Mahama 70. In the days of John Dramani Mahama, they were vocal, they were talking. Now so at the church, on party by they are quiet today. Nyambrasem any ejimisema ekoso now they are quiet. Why? Because their party is now in power. Etimese asofo no. I don't care whether you believe in God. Believing in God has got nothing to do with the church. Because before the coming of the church, we already believed in God. Etia obi kasa say onyi nyame ni okwasia masa. Nyame nya odia o. Nyame na ye ka no. Enya personal property o. Before the coming of the Bible or the church, we already had knowledge in God. Jimmy, yenini, ya Jimmy. Nene, yeti kuro we so. Amen kwasi afo we in the name of Nyame bia sabi yo obi ehuneda ebo Ghana form di esika se o man no omo wi they go back and hide in the church and the pastors protect them. Omba na asofo no asa cleaning omo, asa rebranding omo for them to become legendary thieves. So the church has now become the safe haven for criminals. Ye Jimmy because ye Jimmy ti. Obi biaba in the name of Ena Miso Nyame. The battle is the Lord, sir. Na ye nyina obi atwa di nachi. Eje Akufo Addo ne ka kire. Say the battle is the Lord. Ena me de me ba no, me nyame din mu, ena hwan me de nyame din mu pamachaw oba ye ni a o ye. Sabi nyame na brabo nie. Man penya ne mreso say LGBT bill on sign ne nsa ne china ade a onimu se sa ade no nyame mpe. Edisenka Akufo Addo edo nyame ampa. He should have been the first to sign the LGBT bill because onimu say sa ade no eye Israel nyame achiwade sa ade ni nti e na pe the Bible no Israel nyame oshi Sodom and Gomorrah. Go back to your Bible. Momo kwa so mo na mo kai Bible. Go back to your Bible. Say edi ade na ema Israel nyame shi Sodom and Gomorrah eye the same trumu ya. Now so ene Akufo Addo na ene ogina so dem mo enum Yesu moja eri Yesu body no o say sa LGBT bill na e was o sign se na be ya sa de na Israel nyame empe no Ghana for emmo sa bra no Akufo Addo say on sign but rather o sa kotena bro chire e ka che Ghana for say when they no e blow bedru Ghana be giatum. You will see why I have a problem with the church. You see why I'm telling you say the church will never help Ghana. You see why I'm telling you say and Ghana kromfo nyina their safe haven is the church. Asofo kromfo yente Ghana ha. Ena osofo koda banka no banka de guye. Yente Ghana ha. Ena osofo kese bi wo Ghana. Mensa otabo. Ekoda banka no banka de guye. Yente Ghana ha. Ena Danka Williams. Ene eye Iswood anabamo. Ekoda the board of trustees for the cathedral omudi ska omudwane yente Ghana ha. We nyina si wo monim. Now so you pretend and behave because we are nyatum Pharisee nemo Pharisee anymore. Pharisee nemo we are nyatum from Hose Trokan. Musuba we enti na Yesu ka se mono on the day of judgment obefima for nenum because I say we are nua ye nu obeshi so obeshi mo trobo for de ompe. Now so na Ghana Christopher nyina mo trobo do papa bi anim. Ene se opa abonefo a they are in the church. And as a open criminals they are in the church. And a open you a murder my four any man kwasi for with they are all in the church. In fact, Omo Krampono and I tama almost a sorry penny because they have money because they have killed and stolen, so they have enough money. So the moment they enter the church, they become a sorry penny. The church is the most corrupt institution in Ghana. Unimwa me catch on Send the whole Ghana. Open institution a corrupter is the church because I saw them no ye misa baby a unya sika free ye any money at all is welcome. Opa kobo ashawo kotua title beji. Opa minia kokunipa kotua title beji. Opa kodi boni bi kotua title beji. So the whole world, especially in Ghana, the church is the most corrupt institution. They don't care where the money is coming from. They don't care. Now so no master catch them say hi men ko dieu men mo dwamai now so okobo dwamai enya so mfa so a asori no beje. Utua title ye misa baby scan free a eba. Ye bisa. Se utua offering a ye bisa baby asika na free ba. On say make asa na se wo anfa wadwen ani machi a onti mase da. Me say I don't care about your belief. Ni America we nyina achi opa akwa sorry me enya masem onyam busuani. But ni ampese Ghana fo nyina ate ase de say se de ugidie no ewura Ghana nkan komu a oman ne be say eba Ghana nkan komu a put your GDA aside. Your GDA is your private life and your national interest. I was say ye tam Ghana for nyina sika edisi aso dan ma Israel nyame Jimmy Samuel kwasi asem ye boasem asebi yo nyansa bi anim. Believe you me. Jimmy Sam, moasem, nkwasi asem asebi yo nyansa pa me say edi nyansa ebi nim yente Ghana ha. Jimmy Sam we nyina they are playing before your very eyes. Okwa sorry a any money at all is welcome. Opa ko boy dwaman ko wia aban sika na ko tua tight. Asori no ebeje na nso omu wia. No ma asa ka che say ye ji sika no dia koma Israel nyame na sebi o Central Bank of Heaven e wa hefa wa hu da. Central Bank of Heaven why na ehu da. Sika eye nyankopon edie why na ehu da. Nyame currency be no die. Nyame kasa be no oka brofo na atwi. Ye jimi ene ye ti o man mu ye de say Jimmy Sam wey abre wo hye yen adada yen ene Jimmy fo ye de si don sebi embo a yen timi nwen na asofo age man ya boso ene osu bempa ene be kire who becomes president. Wow, just look at this. In totality no Ghana has now become a religious economy, right? We are running a religious economy whereby pastors are the ones to tell you who becomes your leader. And now so for and I share entakremu Ghana for who becomes your president. And until also bempa in 2016 the catcher will say Israel Nyame has anointed Akufo Addo to be the president. Now sebi you or how now John Dramani Mahama within or how now John Dramani Mahama na onam enroso ede Ghana for name no say Israel Nyame nipa kro na wasa ne ngo Akufo Addo no eba sa oha ni na etu betwa ene Akufo Addo ba yi mo ha no ekọ Akufo Addo ba yi mo ha na ye ka ho asem ekọ ana Akufo Addo ba ye mpu na ene oha na dọọso boni adọọso ewudi se ba dọọso enu nti nyambra se mana ebi nsi Ghana da in 2016 abato no Ghana ni bia ni ho aye ball ni tuoku no. Now, so in 2020, under the anointed Akufo Addo, 8 people were murdered and he said nothing about it. And then this same foolish man has again gone to stand in front of the church. Odi communion when you enquire be all no. You see why some of us have got a problem with the church. You see why some of us we are telling you say the church is a scam. The church is a criminal entity. And then me biemu na money. Ye niefra and sebi you ya say Jimmy. And all these guys are parading themselves as men of God. And I end ye so nyame and I end nyame doyen and they are all criminals. Me say opa found pejai. They are all criminals. One last time, Yanko. This is not the one I'm looking for, crap. Now, if we say, as of for Akufo Addo, communion ni na if we say, Omunimu say Akufo Addo, what to amana as all dino, where TBNC. Omunim, Oka say sebi as of for when you know about me, say, Unimu say, Omunimu say, sebi, Omunimu say about me, I cry for. Akufo Addo share and I always sa, Yesu, honam, Yesu moja onum, and send sebi, when you from quite be onum. What has he been able to achieve? And the LGBT also on sign and then sign it, Chinamunimoto. Meaning, baby, it's about time we face the reality. Let us learn not to be overly emotional. And yes, sir, Ghana timin tumpong. Because Ghana and puntuno, across a cry mia, a bear will ya now so the end goal. You crow too. That's a sebi, yadin so shame mia, a bear will ya now so the end goal is what you have to look at. Because Yanfa is so share mia unai be hono wan hwe be twa unai. Eti Ghana kan kono akwese ekuro a ye mia let us put our emotions aside and accept the reality. E kan wa sorry agitum. No matter who you are, your tribe na se meka na se enokra fa ne saa. Because tribe no enya wo dia. Sorry Bible enya wo dia. On tro Bible. Bible no emfiri wabusua mu. Bible no emfiri Ghana. Yesu omfiri Ghana, omfiri Africa, ofiri Yesu ye Jew ni according to your Bible. Bible no enya na otro ye. Eya abrofo ena etro de be hye yensem. Enti etomre bia ye kan Bible ho asem a, don't take it personal. Take it in good faith o ton. Shase esum Israel nyame onye hwe mfa mo ayen. Ye shase esum Israel nyame enye ne onye foko mfa mo a Ghana fo obi asum ka ho wo ye kremoni a ka ho enye Christopher nko a mo nyina mo som ne ye scam emfiri nyame opa fa o mpa jai. Go osum ne free nyame a kasabi sebi Akufo Addo entimi ni sa nyambra semwe ensan ko gina aso dan mu enum Yesu moja sabi na Yesu entimi enko no. Yesu entimi enko no. It tells you say there is no power in the Bible because nobody can go to the shrine to make a promise without being able to fulfill. Na later no say nipa no asa ko gina sa shrine ho asa di sa nyambra semwe Yesu mumpo ebi ntimi nsi. Untimi nkwahye kwaku bonsam bo na untwa bosha no mbo na owia wasa akogina kwaku bonsam enim asa di sa nyambra semwe even in our own culture entimi nsi. Anytime we Akufo Addo yes when he is sworn by the Bible. Akufo Addo so Bible na this way ye be mampani. Akufo Addo he sworn by the Bible and about me also sworn by the Quran. Both the Quran and the Bible now empe LGBT now so na they can't even talk about it. Now some yeah no massacre child said they are believers in God, believers in Allah, believers in Islam, believers in Christianity. They are scammers. These guys are criminals. Make asaya mutie. I tell you the hard truth. No credit be bring to me can show no and make catch opa ma obunfu and family ho because ye Jimmy ye maya jiwe and yeduma. We are ignorant. And most of us, we are stupid. Today, this 80-year-old criminal, after say, what that Israel nyame say, obesi I saw that man I went to me and see, you know, wasa kwajina I saw them on communion, the communion. Na unim se sebi you communion no eye for a training for uye nipa boni nia communion nya wo dia according to the church, according to the principles of the church. Now so the asofo ni mu say Akufo Addo eye criminal. Now so wakwa gina omo animu a ye serve Akufo Addo with the so-called holy communion. With the so-called holy communion. How holy is that food? Itiene se ye di Yesu honam eni Yesu moja ma sebi abonefo dia eni na Yesu honam ni Yesu moja no is no longer holy. It's no longer a principle of holiness because eni abonefo nyina no eni Yesu moja no ye ton ni sebi o force bi a ye ton eni Yesu moja eni Yesu honam eda for so ye ton obi atimi to bi no. And the Yesu moja ewo kantamanto ewo ketia ewo dum obiatimi to binom. The church is a criminal entity. Mikasa ya buntie sabe me modam. Okaza asem we ya boni bi anto ehun bi anim because Bible no be say to me bi any Bible mu to there is no power in the Bible. No book in the world has any power. You can to me power lies in nature. Ya bodam. Book bi ani wiase am say ewo to me obi bia so. You can't tell me power lies in nature. Power is nature, and power lies in nature. Power lies in you, your tongue. You don't know who you are. That's why you are following your slave master's Bible. You don't know who you are. That is why you have become a slave to the slave master's religion because you lack self-identity. You lack self-worth. You don't know who you are as a person. You have no idea who you are. You have no idea how powerful you are as a being. You can't tell me, is in nature. To me lies in nature and no na ya mami mu hu ya and ye demonizing no. So those days they used to go to the river to pray to do all those things. Their friend say oh e ya bo som now so say obi ko gina aso dem eno mo nsa eche say or no moja dia onye vampire Now so obi kogu nsa de a osom bosom. Obi no moja de a efita. Obi gu nsa de a onom bosom. Once ye Jimmy. Once ye Jimmy. Aye. We are living in a world whereby obi gu nsa de a osom bosom. Obi no moja de a ene e holy or nom eye Yesu bi moja. Yesu bi a owu be 2000 years ago per the Bible. And ne musimo no ni moja eno de efita enye bosom na mosum na ebom obi gu nsa efe ni maami bi a owu ye be 10 years ago dia osom bosom. Once ye Jimmy. Once ye nwen ya ton ya dwama slavery. Ya ton ya dwen ama nkoasom mu. Ya ton ya dwen dia ma abrofo. Ya ton ya dwen dia ma the church. Today go to Europe. Nobody cares about the church. The youth of the European nations and US don't go to church anymore. Oh, call US. Da ben call sorry. Make asawa someone no Jimmy ya udi matem. Oh, call US. Da ben call sorry. Edientia because time one out Ghana. And your man na obo empire say Israel nyame emfa no. Uko dra broche e na hu say sa nyema no aban dia mamu dada. Sa nyema ni nyina no e ya aban sa de. Nya ewiase nya ohia ne adwuma. Ewiase nya ohia ne adwuma. Ewiase nya ohia ne den apomuden ene adwuma asa. There is nothing that you can't achieve with hard work. Now so yet Ghana, yet Africa, bibia empire bo, bibia susum yase, and I'm a bumpire, and I say, and you go Achia Mountains. They prefer to go to Achia Mountains than to embrace 24-hour economy. This is the kind of people we have. Now what Ghana said third force to be, and Emra sebi may change Ghana. With this mentality, a people who prefer to go to Achia Mountains to pray than 24-hour economy. These are the people who want progress. Ya bought them. Once a rain. Once a Jimmy. And then go. Oh dear. UK money ade. Obia the wa or come mountain come pay you. Nobody has time to go to the mountains to pray because they believe in the how do I say it? There's a word I'm looking for. Omnipresence of a God. They believe in the omnipresence of a God. So they believe in say anywhere you are, be a God is with you. Who a toilet is so a God will ho. Who a kitchen a God will ho. Who a wood them a God. Maybe I will be a there's God. If you believe in God, maybe I will be a there's God. That's why you say God is there omnipresent. Even those who insist on praying, they pray anywhere they are. Obi kanka na obone or bompai with the trimu. But Ghana they say yaswaya ho agogo eye Achia Mountain, Abono Mountain to pray. Jimmy ye Jimmy tia or mining to me kosuneni. You see how foolish we are. You see how dumb we are as a race. Yes, sorry, so we want to progress, and we want to be like Singapore. We want to be like the Singaporeans and the Malaysians are not praying; they are working. You think you just grow your economy by prayer, by Jimmy? You want to be like Singapore, Malaysia? The Singaporeans and the Malaysians they are working hard. They are not praying. They are working. They are the factory. They are practicing 24-hour economy. Nobody is sleeping in Singapore. Singapore is a 24-hour economy. They don't sleep. Ebi dane bi nyane kwa eduma. What Ghana na modi empire bosem. Na mo sorry so most of the Ghana as I compare Singapore and Malaysia. And Malaysia see so, Singapore see so. Ye yentumi kwede with Jimmy nti na mutimi kobodim. Don't blame anybody. Blame all of you. We are all involved. Ye na obi aka ho bi. Because opa mampani bi mra na onka se ono de oba no or the discipline and sorry no force and sorry no ama and sorry no etria toward the amaban. You the same people will fight against that person. It's ye na ye ka ho bi. And don't blame anybody for all of us are a problem in this nation. Ye Jimmy. That's the point they say ye Jimmy. All of us are just say collectively we are all a problem in this country, nation. Because let me say my penny being sorry. Now just on the all we are so phone as a one Bible school you can't operate. I mean you are sorry as so phone you now will pay taxes. The same Ghanaian Christians will fight that person. I'm sorry, must actually say, and no minor, and Yankoso, and a Singapore for you. America for their wise. The Russians are wise, the Chinese are wise. If you go to Dubai, the Arabs are wise. Everybody is wise. So let us blame everybody here. Yeah, now everybody is involved. Yeah, Jimmy. That's why the nation is the way we are. The leaders are only a reflection of we the people, your mentality, your mindset, your Jimmy, no, and I am penny for carry on. Especially under NPP. Ye Jimmy, no, and I am penny for they carry on because Jimmy, ye nim nyansa. Now, so today, go to Rwanda. Rwanda na musana mode Ghana ye compare no. And Rwanda for there. Paul Kagame there. Why juma pa why there? Rwanda no. Paul Kagame eklosi and sorry bear over 1,000. It means Ghana. Opama penny bi mera enya saa de no. Ghanaians will vote against that president. Now so mote Ghana say mo pempuntu. Mo de Ghana compare Rwanda. Ye Jimmy. If you want to be great, learn the things the great nations are doing. It's simple. If you want to be rich, follow the footsteps of the rich. If you want to be poor, follow the poor people. It's simple. If we want to be greater, let us follow the footsteps of great nations like China, like the Malaysians. Let us do what they are doing because they are getting things right. Let us do the same thing. The blueprint is there. What is left for you and I is to follow. Now, so Jimmy and your brother Bayenti, look at where we are as a people. Yes, sorry, as I can say, and NPP and this, they are all the same. Yeah, now we are all the same. Yeah, Jimmy, yeah, now we are all the same. Okay, homie. Yeah, nah, don't pinpoint anybody. We are all foolish. Corruption, no. Edi bua odi aye grace. Eni abua odi aye corruption. Sana Ghana tie. Kwasia. Ukwaji your friend say fake. Make can say bank statement. Kwa American embassy kwaje visa. Corruption. Kwa ma odi ene wani age. God has answered your prayer. Kwa ma odi ene corruption. Sana Ghana tie. Corruption no. Kwa in the person's favor there a grace. Prayer point. Nyame tie me mpaibo. Me da say Israel nyame. Kwa ma ne there a corruption. So we are all to blame. Ye na ya Jimmy wo man no. Ye na obia Jimmy. Obia Jimmy. Ene ya team na ponchi na ye Jimmy ye kwa ne baba nchire. Na mpaibo sem na Jimmy. And Akufo Addo is drinking the blood of Jesus. But trumu osim be moto. Why can't Jesus kill Akufo Addo? Why can't they strike him dead? Kwasia. Me na mo sorry a mo bru menua. And our chairman you die. Now say sabi you. If we ask no, everybody go die you. Why no? Why no better we ask forever? With Jimmy chairman you go die, me I go die. Now better we ask forever. Me say me wo Jimmy ni. We better we ask forever. We are too foolish, overly emotional over nothing. O kan no kra na ye di watem. O twa no kra ba na ye di watem. Jimmy ye Jimmy tin ye team. Me say me nya broche me say kame mwa obia. Ghana me nya broche kwahia me say kame me mwa obia. O ma Jimmy, let them suffer. We are foolish. We are make Jimmy ni bi buafu. Ai na Akufo Addo no e de bone no aye o kwasia bone ni say o shenyame bose obisi cathedral e di sika be over $58 million when timi ensi na so ne odina the same nyame anim say o nom communion. Why can't that God strike him dead? Why can't that God strike him dead? Moa montre mu sai mo na emo man montre na mo koso ntoma wo mo asiafo yentie Rashid Pelpuo.
So much of Russia put in Ghana had just gone to the winds. And I think that if Russia was genuine in helping Ghana to develop, it is important to play back on it and then to see how that relation can be built to to stronger levels. It's not going to be, if Russia comes to Ghana and helping to develop Ghana, it's not because we are against anybody. It's because we see Russia to be a friend and we see Russia to be linked to our future. So many of us were very unhappy when Ghana at the United Nations, joined some other nations to effectively say they are condemning Russia. We expected them to even abstain. This is a country who has helped so much. You have worked together for a very long time. You need to do analytical thinking before you take a decision. So we want to have a situation where, we can be friends with a nation without being an enemy to another. We started this by being, champion of the non-alignment, and it enabled us to be a friend to Russia at the thick of the Cold War, when America didn't like it, other countries didn't like it, but because of our position of the non-alignment, we could play along with Russia and others. I think that it's time for Ghana to still work along that line work with Russia, work with any other person they want to make sure we pursue a common mutual interest of future of development of our people in a progressive way.
Well, Abdul, I hope you don't leave at 30 years next time to come back and visit us. I don't know if I'll be here in 30 years. Sometimes it feels like my shifts are 30 years long. But it was an absolute pleasure having you. And I'm glad that they didn't steal the jeans this time round.
Not at all.
Joining me in the studio was Abdul Rashid Pelpuo, Ghanaian lawmaker and chairman of the African Parliamentarians Forum on Population and Development. It was absolutely wonderful to have you in the studio with me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Rashid Pelpuo and Akasano. Rashid Pelpuo or NDC ni. Sansem we are the atudano. NPP penny bia ni wa obetimi bia na no aka. On say the bia make kasa me check Ghana for say the NDC is not a puppet party. Me kasa me se boga uji mi ni America. Me sorry me now. Social media, ahana mi jari, ahana mdidi mena. Mi Google, me kasana mami information, mi TV, mi TV kasa. Mi TV kasa se nipa. Na mami every information. Enti me no me now, what dano, me ya research. Oti aso dem ujimi no me ya research me na. Enti me say, NDC, enye puppet party, Rashid Pelpuo, or ya NDC ni, muntien semwa odi atuda. Or say Ghana must begin to align itself with Russia. Sase with the Biameka. Area say, no man is an island, and no country can be an island in totality. Nese nyame pachane say, obi ehia obi. And unti na America for here neto. Because some America for say, area say na omo na ewo to me. Why do they need the support of over 30 nations to fight one country? Everybody needs a good friend. We need friendship. Now so far obia obe wadamfua, you must go back and look at your history. You will not pick your enemy as your friend. But Jimmy Ghana for Jimmy say we are always in bed with our enemies. Those who came to colonize Africa, those who came to enslave black people, they are the ones today we are dining with. My brother, those who killed your father will never love you. Believe you me, they can pretend to love you, but within them, they can never ever love you. Those who killed your mother can never love you, my brother, my sister. They can't. In Africa, they can never ever love us. Me say, at the Berlin conference, when they were sharing Africa, Russia said they can never be they can never be partakers of such crime against humanity. This is what Russia said at the Berlin conference. Russia was invited one call because Russia can say, I will never ever be part of enslaving other human beings. You can go. Me Russians will never go. Or we Russians will never go to Africa to enslave them. And at the Berlin conference, now Africa, no, Russia abstained. Go back to history. At the Berlin conference, Africa say I Togo, I Nigeria, I Ghana, I Kenya, I Tanzania, I Hawaii. Say we are Togolese, we are Ghana ni. Say Togo ni cross imaginary line we Ghana or your ho. Man in 90 days ipe. Otna or minum every 90 days sa opachinitum. And you can say yes amasa. The same thing. And you catch it Togo for say Ghana for so across the line way. They are foreigners on their own land. All these things happened at the Berlin conference. Russia was invited. Russia abstained because Russia was the world power. USSR. Go back and check history. Russian Empire. They were the greatest in the world. But Russia never came to Africa to colonize anybody. Russians has never ever enslaved anybody in world history. In fact, yeka omanya eboaye ema yenya fahudia Russia for na eba Africa boaye ma yekunya fahudia the Russians. Russia for and a boa Kwame Nkrumah Emma to me konje Ghana. What Jimmy? Some of you nyamu na kakrebi what Jimmy? Ene visa bia ye penti ye ntimi kan okra me se me kan okra kopim the day I die. I don't care about visa. Me pa me nya me wu I'll survive. Eduani bia ye pedi nti ye ntimi kan okra nchirima. And I ye Jimmy yaho and I will go around in circle. Those who killed your father, those who killed your mother can never ever love you. Go back and check history. Go back and check your records. Now Russia for na ebwa Ghana for. Ama Ghana for nya atomic energy. And na Akufo Addo ebusuya ya through the CIA. Etu Kwame Nkrumah ya. Look at the level of influence of Russia. And the Russia for na ebwa eyifu. Burkina Faso. Niger for you and the Russia for the Ebwa. The Russians are the real freedom fighters of the world. That is why I will support Russia any day, any time. No matter what, I will support Russia. Because I know history. And I understand geopolitics. Me call SS, me a history. Accra Academy, I did history. Any geography. It's about history. Any geography, minim. Russia for na ebu Africa, ma Africa nya fa hodie. No nation can stand alone. We must seek friendship now. So yes, let us avoid being friends with our enemies. Menka say, Emma Ghana ne America for any kita ho anase entry the business. America for the bar a business. UK for the bar a now. So let us choose our friends wisely. Those we share mutual commitment with. Let us choose them wisely. Non-aligned initiative a bullshit. Non-alignment, the same as freedom fighters yao. And I had the Ghana, so you're non-aligned. The same thing. And I Ghana there, non-aligned posture. And I ain't Ghana for the entire biachi, ediha. So ediha, one of that. Because nobody will trust you. Or might be so only America for them. Esani Russia for one of that because nobody will trust you. Me ametie. And also those every family someone that's a Saba HSA. John Dramani Muhammad, ya don't trust me. Because chairman, are you here or there? Let us know. It's non-alignment, a bullshit initiative, a bullshit posture. Every nation on earth is choosing their friends. China for they've chosen their friends. The Chinese are, the Chinese have chosen their friends. They say they are friends with the North Korea. They are friends with Russia. They are friends. The Chinese know their friends. The Russians know their friends. America, they have chosen their friends. Their friends is Europe. What about you, the African? Have you been bold enough to choose your friends? Every developing nation, there be Krambu. Or might be a etimi akon kind piano. They were bold enough to choose their friends. They don't practice any non-aligned while bullshit biya. Internet. Your friends say Israel, they are committing genocide in Gaza. Upon all that, America say they still support Israel. Meanwhile, they know say they are committing genocide in Gaza, but they still have the American support. The Americans know their friends. What about you? Go black, you do know your friend? Do you know who your friend is? You are dining with your enemy in the name of you are with your friend. Oh, you bullshit. Bibini, you beast. Every nation which wants to progress, their leaders are bold enough to align their nation with because of where they want to be in the future. Where has Ghana aligned itself with? America for sure and Ghana for 90 years. Oh, dear, watch me. How many years in it? Oh, dear, I did back America for Ayediabwa Ghana, and I'll close this program. Some make you want me to go to get off camera? No problem. I did back America for after all these years, UK for Ayediabwa Ghana, and I'll shut down this system and go and sleep. One back up. I need just one. I need just one. I did back up after all these years, America for Ayediabwa Ghana, back up, and I'll close this program. Just one. Show me one. Show me one. The only thing they do is to loot your resources. The only thing they do is to loot your nation and render you hopeless. Because the Western world, they still have a colonial mentality. That is why they feel so entitled. They say, America for me aba Ghana, aba check Ghana for say, money LGBT in Russia for ye bida, and all time Russia. As Russia foreign force Obia. The Russians don't force their culture on anybody. The Russians don't force their language. They don't force their names on anybody. Now, some people Russia say because you are a happy slave. America for the back Ghana. Ever shemo say change na ye shemo. Say mo ani moto dia, you no longer become our friends. Russians don't behave that way. Eti mo aya moti Ghana che say, he na Russia for no, or money America for people ye mo ye beast. San kwase for na che say, NPP ni NDC pe. Or mo aya ka say Russia. Any America for pen the same people na say NPP ni NDC pe they are beast o ma dwen yadwuma obi a ono wa ma Africa any so obi a obo a o e ma onya afa hodie obi a ene they don't force you to do what you don't want to do what chrem otio e chrem say omo a e ba Africa di wo so omo a e force wo no omo san kofo ni pe. How can you say this foolish thing? Say Russia for no so no they are coming here with their interest. Of course we are say or might be any interest. Anything you do you must have your own interest. Area say, oh yeah, dear me. That's the only interest. And that's anything you do, you must have an interest. Into make us Mahama. Make sure say my interest. But when they say John Dramani Mahama Bar, I will feel safer as a blogger. I make us on sensitive issues. It may be the say under John Dramani Mahama, no, my life will not be at risk. It John Dramani Mahama. What is your own interest? What is your interest? Russia for they have their interest. Russia for they come for a business. If you want them to protect you, they'll protect you, of course, and they must gain by protecting you. You must also gain from them. Equal cooperation. Unlike China for Africa and say Yehunuma China for you and Ebra Kenya ha. Adanya a good Kenya now about one fourth of them is being done by the Chinese. Their railway lines, their airport, their everything is being done by the Chinese. We see the improvement of China in Africa. Can we say the same for the West? Can we say for the same for America? Can we say the same for the UK? What have they done for you? Now, so still, no confuse a Jimmy Pia will pay a brochure or time Russia for Jimmy. Russia for no, am I in Tupacasia? Do you know how many Ghanaians are in Russia learning? Do you know how many Ghanaians are studying in Russia? Do you know how many of them? My own mates are in Russia. They are learning. But near Russia 4% a check Ghana for say, don't aim to travel to go and work for anybody. Aim to grow your country and stay in your own country. By some say bibini, I was slave mentality on Pedisa, near our party say I need visa to come and work. I need visa. And say, or maybe Chem will say there be we here visa. CSC ukuro. Netimitine mu na sabi yejwa ukuro mu na ukuro so na wankasa ukuro so entumpon dia yempete because we have a slave mentality. Now we are China for Africa, you hunuma China for you. And Ghana, most of your interchanges ye loan free China. Most of your interchanges now Chinese contractors and to build your foolish country. But here you are, because of Jiminia Brownie Bayenti, you don't even know who your friends are. Choose your friends wisely. Area say no man is an island. But choose your friendship wisely. Choose your friends wisely. The Russians are the best. And in Ghana, we can't stand alone. Afraid Ayeba. And we are say not everything is all about food. And then we are saying no, life no goes beyond food. Intiana ibinimo kasa and I Ghana no ye here will be your resource oboa here will be resources no unim how we even dig it. Resources no you don't even know how to extract your own resources. You need the help of somebody. You need trading. You need to align yourself with somebody who knows, who is ahead of you. Area say you need to align yourself with somebody who is ahead of you. If you want to go far, align yourself with somebody who has gone farther than you. This is simple sense, common sense and logic. You hear internet, you hear telephone, Russia for no, eba technology, America for crabble to be Russia. Who they be some penny for? Eba say, yeah, cost space. A bad technology, America for crumble to be Russia tech. A bad tech and nobody. The whole world, hackers. Yeah, call more it me hacking system. It breaking things down. Russia for number one. This America for do this thing. Tell you. A bad hacking. Internet hacking. America for crumble to be Russia for. A bad tech. Russia number one. About weapons, Russia, number one. That is why Russia doesn't need any military alliance. America for the here 30 nations just to fight Russia. NATO, America for come no. Russian T and America for forming NATO. Now so equal bang and Russia are forming. It in America ni say Ghana must begin to align with Russia. Now Saudi be possible it can only be possible under NDC government. Because Rashid Pelpuo or can say or NDC ni Rashid Pelpuo na oka asem no or NDC ni NPP penny bia ni kwa obetimi akasa asem no. Nobody in NPP can say that. Nobody, none of them, because they are all puppets of the West. Etienne and Akufo Addo, American military has taken over your airport. Under Akufo Addo, American military has now taken over your airport. Now so omo Ghana phone si airport to be out. If Freemind Ghana for sure see any America for nanti enye de. America Ghana and see new airport to be now so airport na Mahama CC no. American airport military under Akufo Addo they have taken over. Weapons are omo de ba ho no. Ghana for crapo ni ho kwan say onbehu sa weapons no and Akufo Addo we na esi omonim. Na mo te Ghana say onko na ba omi anto aso. Me say bibini suade na sua nyansa enya aduane nko ade mankwa nyansa nso mankwa nyansa e mankwa seka nyansa mankwa ka Dubai 40 so omu ni even a single river Dubai it took maybe 2 years and put so toy but we see plans, we see great things in Dubai for no they have been able to turn the desert into a forest because they have the brain. Eti we say enye aduane nko a ne mankwa nyansa nso mankwa eti ko black isua nyansa na obedidi ena hwe Dubai obetimi ye cloud seeding e cause the rain to fall by force. This is human knowledge, this is human intelligence. Now so yet in Ghana we have everything, the fertile lands, the rivers, whatever. Now so when the dum so asa background you just say ye hu ho no because ye ni nyansa ye nim nyansa. Obi natural say dealing with Russia is a win-win situation. Made us say Russia for no, they don't have a colonial mindset because they never came to colonize anybody. So the Russians don't have any colonial mindset. The Russians don't have any aim of controlling anybody. That is why they are coming with BRICS. Etiana yaka BRICS in one semwa. Under NDC abayin kwa na Ghana can be part of the BRICS. And yet under NPP. Because me say NPP was formed by the CIA. Ya America sa muntie minim ni America Bridget Pauline minim ni America. The NPP was created through the CIA of US America to destroy Ghana, to counter your progress, to destroy our development, to bring down Ghana. And a JJ Rollins any PNDC NDC by to counter Sadiano. There is no way Ghana can align itself with the Russians under NPP. It means it can only be possible under NDC Abine. It can only be possible under NDC Abine. Because NDC in Penifon Kwana, it means said Ghana must begin to align itself with Russia. Say non-aligned posture, Jimmy cowardice. Say non-aligned cowardice. Russia for they have aligned. China for they have aligned. America for they have aligned. You must align. And yeah, not aligned. If you are you can see Jimmy. Anybody who eat here and eat here, nobody trusts you. And I wouldn't want to. We are saying anybody who eat here and eat here, nobody trusts you. And another example, I mean here and there's a Musa many every person but you don't trust me. How can you be talking for Mahama and say I will need every fan mensa konante? And that's a grabo no. You are just a seller on you. You are just not straight. And we are saying, Obia, you chop here and chop where Bia. Nobody will trust you. You must chop at one side. You must aim at one side. But making a sudden chest stop doing business with the other people. There be you can do business with them, but you must be mutual with a certain side more. You must go to one side more. That's what the Chinese and the others are doing. They know their friends. Do you know your friend? You black man, do you know your friend? Do you know your friend? Do you know your friend? So, the NDC former member of parliament is saying, Ghana must begin to align itself to the Russian side. And I support him because Russia, they have no colonial history. They have no history of neo-colonialism. That is why Kwame Nkrumah was aligning Ghana to the Russian side. Because Kwame Nkrumah say the Western world will never ever help Ghana. It's something he saw many years ago that today we are still not seeing. Something Kwame Nkrumah saw many years ago, today we are still not seeing. Say the Western world will never ever help Ghana. The Western world will never ever help Africa. Never. Say Africans must be poor for them to remain supreme. That is their ideology. Internet lithium is it lithium? Is it lithium? Yeah, I think lithium or something. Is it lithium or something like that? You can correct me. Lithium and French for A2 or Niger. Over the years, Niger for Krabuni Kania. Now, so French for two sa lithium, no, and they saw Kania or Paris, me that say. French for A2 sa lithium, no, and they saw Kania or Paris, France. Now, so not be a lithium no free any Niger, no, Kania ni ho. Russia for must have brawe. Russia for a must have brawe. Because the Western world, no, they believe in colonial rule. Africa over 500 years ago, be say bibini ya boa. So our mentality ain't changed that. Uranium, me that say thank you. Uranium na America. Uranium. Ewa Niger. French for net to me say about 12 for over the years to power their nuclear plants to light off Paris, to light off France. Now so baby uranium no free no. Omuni kania Niger kania ni ho. That's why there was a coup d'etat. Me say the Western world only believe in exploitation. They don't believe in mutual agreement. They don't believe in cooperation. They believe in exploitation. Some mentality no ain't changing that. Ya make upa fa upa munyai. Yeah. The Russians believe in cooperation. Mebo hobai. These are the benefits you get. I'll provide your military with all the weapons and all these things. And me too, this is what I can also gain from your country. They believe in mutual agreement. Me mama chonya ye. Me mama chonya se muni moto debi. You have a brain of your own. Where you want your nation to be, follow that path. This is the foreign policy of Russia. Russia for say they don't want to go, and then Russia for mama say na Russia for the whole world. Russia for they have only about 12 military bases. Now, so America for more than almost 900 across the world. It's between America for and Russia for who wants to colonize the world. The Russians don't seek imperial ambitions. Now here Ukraine, Diana, not Ghana for them to say, after say Russia be defeated Ukraine, no, Russia will go to Poland. Oh, Jimmy, Russia the Poland the other. Russia no, or the Poland the other. And then all Poland do Russia for here. I say Jimmy, Russia is the biggest nation in the world by land size. Oh, here Poland. Yensua de bibini ya boa ni bibini ni mu ani se na ni BBC. Na ye bre wo hyemo. Forgetting say, Sasia and BBC they are being controlled by the Western world. They control the information. They control the narrative. America is strong now. It's in Hollywood. America is strong. It's on paper. America is strong. America, your mind, America is only on paper. America for a strong war. Send America for Libya, Ebora, Iraq, no. Russia, and Shadi. I don't know what change you more. Made America for no. Me stronger. Let them enter Russia for the world to see. Say yes, they are. Massa, America will never ever fight any nation now. Or say, some nation, no. They have the capability to strike the main land of US. They will never dare. Just what Jimmy. America is strong. It's on paper. A Hollywood movie. In reality, Russia. Russia say Wabora Ukraine. America for a mema, Russia Russia over 30 nations against Russia. Let them go to Russia. Why are they running away? Why are they beating about the bush? And America is strong. Let them go to Russia for us to see. Say, yeah, they are strong. Because you need more. Yeah, more Libya. Yeah, more Iraq and Yemen. Afghanistan. Yeah, more 20 years. Continue Afghanistan. Leaving their planes and their guns and everything to the Taliban. The Americans fought the Taliban for 20 years only to only to reinstate the Taliban in control for 20 years. They only bully small nations. America, no, they only bully small nations. They don't even know the agenda. I say, you about cry, just watching you would be 10 years, then you decide whether you want to be a girl or boy. Well, some my way is strong. That never bother. Some my way is strong. They don't even know whether they are males or females. When we are strong. They're watching home. They don't even know whether they are male or female. Are they strong? This is what you do, baby. In America, no, you walk on that cramp as a boy, crampua, and you're offensive. When you do, baby, then that child can decide, baby, of a soccer. Wait. And your Western media, propaganda, and your brainwash. Believe me, I don't care. And your Western media, propaganda, and your brainwashing will say, America is strong. For where? Only on Africa. Weaker nations. Only on Africa. We are stronger. Saudi Arabia. And country will say, more anymore to you place sanction on Saudi Arabia. We are stronger. Let them go to China and tell them, say, let them go to North Korea. Let them go to Russia and tell them that bullshit. Why are they not going there? They are only coming to the weaker nations. America is the bully in the world. They are the ones with the low self-esteem. Because Obia bullying the PBI is somebody with low self-esteem. No, they talk too much. They talk too much. Which American here within 2 minutes, Wakasa bear 1,000. They talk too much. They have nothing. They talk too much. Can't you see? They talk too much. Which American here they talk too much. They don't even know the agenda. They don't know whether they are males or females. But the Russians know the agenda. The Russians know this male and this one is female. They know, but the Americans don't know. Their family system is in crisis. Their sexual life is in crisis. Their borders are in crisis. Their economy is in crisis. And then America for the cabe over $33 trillion. And America over $33 trillion. Their economy is in shatters. Forget about the American dollar. The days of the American dollar is numbered. Forget about the American dollar. What have they done? Their economy is in crisis, but they'll hide behind the media to portray you. And they say, America, hono, God, the whole world. We have homeless people in America. The number of homeless people you find in US, you will not find them in Ghana. Let me say, the number of homeless people you find in US, you will never ever find them in Ghana. Let me say, go to America and see the homeless. Go there and go and see the homeless people on the streets. Are they great? It's on paper. And media, they control the information, they control your mind. All we remember, let them enter Moscow. Let them enter Russia. Now Russian airspace, nobody who. About air defense are the whole world. Or might be anywhere a Russia. Bisa. Air defense system. And America for the patriot. Massa patriot and to Russia for the whole world. The nation with the most sophisticated air defense is Russia. But the media will lie to you. The media will brainwash you. It's Ghana, no? Ghana going to align itself with Russia, no? Pastor, there are so many things to gain. Military strength and everything. Because say Ghana is stronger. Kasabi, America phone to come and check Ghana for say Ghana for any oboto. They are behaving that way because they know Ghana is weak. They are behaving that way because they know Ghana is weak. So America phone will say Ghana military is stronger. They can't come to Ghana and tell us any bullshit. Why can't they go to North Korea? Because they know they are strong. They can strike into America. They know their capability. How many members let them go there? How can you tell me, say, one nation needs the support of over 30 nations to fight one nation? Now, some nation are strong. Then some nation are fighting all alone. Are you mad? More than one. Obi here the support of 30 nations to fight one single Russia. And you are telling me, say, America for a strong chain Russia. More than one. You are hallucinating. You are mad. You are just dreaming. You are just daydreaming. You are daydreaming. You are daydreaming. The one who is so quick to start a fight does not mean that person is strong. It simply means that person is a bully. And that person, America for democracy, no crown power, Western world, they don't even believe in that democracy. Because if they believed in that democracy, how can they come to a sovereign nation? Omaya Enya over 67 years ago. How can they come to that nation and tell you, say, Sabi, Munimoto? They don't believe in your sovereignty. They don't believe in your democracy. They don't. Democracy was a tool to impoverish black people in the no matter how good John Dramani Mahama is, Oba or 4 years to pay. This is democracy for the black man. You see, we are not intelligent. Democracy, no. And yet for countries are afraid of more building. Democracy is for nations that they are already developed. And yeah, obia to me jibibi. Because of mine where they are, your basic needs, your creativity. Now, as on my afraid will grow, democracy should never ever be the system of government. Because through democracy, they can impose anybody on you. Through democracy, they brought you Akufo Addo. Through democracy, they brought you Akufo Addo. And I wouldn't want. And through democracy, they can by force put in Baumia. Let me say, they can do it. That is why America is forcing the whole world democracy, because they know, say, democracy in Kwana, they can control the world. Abaya wone omuya adweno ombejao. Abaya will play stubborn. They will kick out your government. It's only through democracy. That's why the Chinese are smart. They don't practice democracy. The UAE, Saudi Arabia, they are smart. They don't practice US democracy because they know they are wise and they are smart. That is why Vladimir Putin is wise. Obayano, and I will change him. Brano say he can run for multiple terms. Because now he had a vision, say, and was said, the Russia drew baby and son wako. Yeah, mama, yeah, 4 years, Ibia, Enko Siaga. Ni American, sabi, unim nyansa untiasie. And nuntina, o share Africa, oh. Penny bia, America from Penasembia, or only the correct one for Africa. Penny bia Western world and Penasembia, sa penino, or only the correct one for you. And penny for America for president, na they are puppets. Oh, yeah, puppeta, and America for president. Oh, yeah, puppeta, only on my for one, and America for a president. Russia for Tessa. Believe you me. The China for no, they don't have any time for American democracy because they know. Say American democracy, you can't develop. Obebre. Because they'll have you in their palms. Anytime they want, they can kick out your government. Any time of the day, anytime they want. Provided say, so man peninu prove stubborn one, they will kick him out. That is why they are forcing democracy everywhere. And the nations are wise, they are not, bowing to that. They say, no, you can practice your democracy in Washington. Let us practice our own style of democracy in Beijing. The Chinese are not Americans, and the Americans are not Chinese. Be you America, let us be in our China. And your imperial ambition, any colonial mindset. Why must you see a threat? America for whom a for threat, Iraq for threat, Iraq, any America. How many miles? And I say, how many kilometers from Iraq to America? How many Baghdad to America? How many kilometers? But the Americans were able to see a threat over 1,000 and something kilometers away. But they don't want the Russians to see threat just about 1 meter away. You don't want the Russians to see threat just 1 meter away. But they saw a threat about 1,000 and something kilometers away from their mainland. And they went there to bombard them. You are telling me, say, they are sent. America for the Russia, you evil, Putin, you evil. What but damn? We will see here. How but damn? The reason why, Mameka will show na yantuaso. One reason why me supporting Russia. So Russia for Leah is game over. Because as we speak now, Russia is the only obstacle in the way of the Western world to dominate the whole world. So Russia for Leah is game over for everybody. Let me say. Because China for him will say Russia for Leah, they are next. That's why China support Russia. North Korea are aware. Omuni will say Russia for Leah, they are next. Bibini nkwa na ejimi wiase o. Bisi wiase obia nim nyansa ko black nkwa na ejimi. Ko da kin nkwa na ejimi obia nim nyansa. Bibini nkwa na ejimi. Shiake. Omaya is a transgender was one wife in our military. We also American military is only on paper, my brother. It's only on paper. American military is only on paper. Omaya LGBT phone in our transgender phone in our where your mind. Where your mind? Omaya Jones your male, female, transgender, KO plus, LG, what Jimmy, where your mind? Where your mind? Where would you watch the light of the dear light? Bibi ni nkwa na ejimi a woni munyansa. Where you heaven? O my where you heaven? O my ya wo Joseph Jaya for male, female, transgender, those so confused. Where you mwa there LGBT? O my ya ne mwa da obia we. O my we. Where your freedom open? Where the freedom na open? Where the freedom am open? Say ye nyai nipa ma nipa sabi o nipa ware mboa nipa ne be man na where the freedom na open? Because you say LGBTQ plus no tiase. Plus in account no tiase. Plus ne say any other business. Opa wari owo, opa wari abua, wari samai, wari bibia we say they don't care. And only plus no. What plus in ase? What a plus in ase? What a plus in ase? Plus in nature say LGBTQ plus in nature say you can marry even an animal and it's allowed. When a man would you said the light of the world? Bullshit. When a man would you watch it? When a man would you watch it? Me today, if I become Ghana president, Ghana will align with Russia. America power, let them place sanction on Ghana. Sanction no cramp Sanction no cramp because sanction no be bua ama Ghana penny force nyansa I think out of the box. I'll say a sanction in Ghana. A chakra, a camera cook yanka will say America for sanction in Ghana because or my be America sanction or Mubiano. Sao mine America for boa ama on why self-reliant. It's in Russia for no, they are now self-reliant because of American sanctions. The Russians are no longer keeping their money in US dollar. They are creating an alternative to the SWIFT system. It might be America sanction biano. They push that nation to think. They will push you to think by giving you sanction. The Ghana cross sanction we need sanction. Ghana we need it. Yeah, here sanction no. We want the sanctions. Me am tell sanction be say me in America. What bua me kra? What bua me kra to my dream na mada. Because sanction we was so la na say me as my dream we me say Mentina Kenya ha na se me kwa America na da bia ma dwen yam star bi but sanction ba ma to ma dwen mada beti Kenya ya me ko ba bia bada yeah and we need a sanction for sanction embra we need it they should sanction Ghana. I would love it that let us sanction all of us yen sanction yen na ebe boa me adwen ebe boa ma yen na obi adwen yen sanction yen everybody go think the freebies near too much freebies no counting I know freebies intina. After all these years, America for year she famwa Ghana, but still Ghana for the America for freebies inti and visanti. Bibian Visanti, any freebies. Visa and freebies inti. After all these years, me say we need the sanction. Wa wote Ghana wo prabro chako. Yes sanction wa. Obeto adwem. Bebo homodi wo Ghana. Because somebody when him say it is end game. Won't me kwa America biam ti no. Wo dia ne say ma me homodi wo Ghana. But Ghana say, well, so what Ghana say wadwen sorry. So what Ghana na say wadwen ye say e kina me kwa abrochire wa bra bo say. But sunshine no ba obeji atomu say uni baby akọ. Until you have to make hay while the sun shines in Ghana. But without sunshine, what we now say, and our Fibia may try American lottery, and may win it, make our brochure, me bra brochure, me fa brochure, make our brochure, oh my brother, make our brochure, a sabrabo. Echa make our brochure, a sabrabo, unma me catcher, baby, I would bia begin to make life there. Echa make our brochure, sabrabo. Echa make a sabrabo, baby, I would bia begin to make life because time will wait for nobody. So Ghana, so Abrochire, time will never ever wait for anybody. It is sunshine bar. Say echameko mentality no. Be free Ghana for dream. Ama yes Ghana for unite me atna Ghana enya hoto. So we need the sanction. We need sanction. We need sanction. Esegoma. Asa. Me say me Kwame Nkrumah de me nya na chidie da o. Me som de se bosom no. Kwame Nkrumah, me som de se bosom. Me wi am de mahama nso gu so. Me obi sa me nyame a me som aye Kwame Nkrumah ne me maame. Me maame first, Kwame Nkrumah second, mahama third. Me nyame a me som o mu nie. Ti da bia me ko Ghana bia me ko maame na so gu nsa. Efre ma me suman. Se ba bia me nam bia bom ho ban. Ade bia me de me nsa beka bia ma ne nya nhira. Every year, because Ghana, the first place I visit is the grave of my mother. My mother and my father, they are here. Me mama need that. Papa and Sunni, me kwa tuning na me no mudin kobo at the same time. They are lying at the same place. My mother and father, their grave is just one day here, the other one day here. If I go to Ghana anytime, the first place I go is to see the grave of my mother and father, to pour libation, to talk to them, to invoke them. Say, I am their seed. Wherever they are, they should make sure that wherever their son is protected and prosperous. And you hear about Debbie. Tiensuye nyansa na bibini. Baby, we are see bedruno. It's about time we learn. Yensuye nyansa, yensuya die. Me BBC mintie, CNN, Al Jazeera. I don't listen to those people. They are bullshit. Open news are CNN. Mamo. No crime in the Open news are BBC. Why ira Kametie TV3? Maybe BBC Kametie TV3. Open news are BBC ni CNN. Wemo, atro. Oh dear, so as me bo time wa Russia for the Kabura Ukraine. Obo say Russia lose here we. How many years ni? Omo na running out of weapons. About 30 nations after 2 years of war have run out of weapons. But one single nation is still standing. It tells you the might of Russia. That's why Mutaka say, hey, na Russia, come on Ukraine. Russia for Anka say, yeah, but Ukraine, not fight the whole of Ukraine. Any full-blown war. Ukraine, any full-blown war. Share. Send Russia for declare war on Ukraine. Number one target on president no Omekuno. We are within 48 hours. Just say they will bring the whole nation to dust because they have the capability. Hypersonic missile race. Russia is on top. America for Nibi. They keep testing and failing. Now we are UK for testing or missile back and failing. Now we are UK for testing missile back and failing. Monty news in him. And these are people who want to go and fight Russia. They are mad. And then Macron say, Anna, we are going to put boosts on. They are mad. They are raving mad. Nobody can fight Russia. Nobody. Napoleon shall say, Uncle Siaga, with over 1 million troops. The days of Stalin, Hitler muna koho, Uncle Siaga. Unim Russia. Unim Russia. They'll bring the war to your doorstep. In World War II, Adolf Hitler invaded Russia. The Red Army brought the war to Berlin. Omba na Hitler trinity no akoni no aboni hutu akoni ho. Ni ashiri funu. Ondu Berlin, Hitler was dead. Eti America for the nim say omu Jimmy at the Muasem ko Russia so they'll bring the war to Washington. Eti mo amoto na mo America bo petamani age say na America ha na America no masa US and Russia and no a you the war will come on your soil. It will be at your doorstep. The bude mu nyimi be bow tuja. Be bow tuja. Share oti America prasumdie. Baby oti bia prasumdie. Because and talk between US and Russia, the war will come to Washington, it will come to Georgia, it will come to your mainland America. Nobody will be left out. With Jimmy, you know. Bibi ni nkwa na enwi o, bibi ni nkwa na ejimi wi ase. Obi ani mnyasa bibi ni nkwa na ejimi. Eti Ghana should align. Na under any government ye can eye penny and say aban Ghana between Russia for down for NDC aban. NDC aban. NDC. Anya NDC we are finished. Omaya enye puppet. Sorry. Abanya enye puppet. Party ya omunye puppet omwani NDC asa anya NDC we are finished. Unim Russia agrobi na would say America no omunye Russia then France no they should go and put boots in Ukraine. Macron with Jimmy too no be on no dia abrewa de obede so nyansa 44-year-old man odi abrewa de obede so nyansa with Macron with Jimmy too. Kwasia, does he know Putin? Mr. Macron, small boy, he said, does he know who Putin is? Does he know Vladimir Putin? Does he know him? Kwasia. Oh no, small boy, he doesn't even know the history of his own country. But Putin, let me Emma interview. You should be 1 hour narrating Russian history. That guy is a genius. Putin, or a genius, he's a god. Putin is a god. Obi no dear abrewa be 90 years. Jimmy wait was all the boot to go to face Russia. Why they face Russia, France? Now the whole Europe cry you can country back and you cry say France. And then all France yo. And then all France. One of the poor nations in Europe in France. And then all France yo. Apu. And then all France. I don't know how to visit Russia. Or put them. Aye. Shit. France in your mind. I don't know how to visit Russia. France. Common France. Common France. Wait. Now France you crew. Me say kra me Pablo Chaba kra baka France kwa member. France you crew. France you crew. Crew that way crew full way crew. France you crew. And then no more. France then no more. Without Africa, the French are nothing. But without Africa, Russia is still Russia. And France in your mind be without your friends say uranium from Niger and all these nations, France is nothing. But without those things, Russia is still Russia. You can't compare France to Russia. You believe you can't even the level of progress. You can't compare the level of progress within France to Russia. And I'm going to count them. France you grew. France in Spain is sound crew where you crew. Where you crew. Oh, to I don't be offended. But when you crew be a humbiasa, oh, to I don't be offended. But when you crew be a humbiasa, Italy money the way you crew. Italy you crew. Italy you crew. Sound crew fu when a Ghana ya here who sa you to find it. Yeah, can't cry we crew. Where me crew. Baby night to in a hand to mouth. Well, what you about bra your 2-bedroom house of Ghana? Where the 2-bedroom house no unya ede. O talk about ko be si fia we ede. Well, on say Jimmy. What crack about ko be si fia me no be si fia nti what's the down Ghana nti anya odan? Yen so abaka mu. Yen so awo. Bullshit. Masa, me minister colonial mentality no crowd. Me say me cry me person yen ban me cry say mama see US. Me yen ban me cry nka me pe. France mu na yen ban me nka me pe. Oba bua me kra, come to my dream kra, mean si wompo, me efa mo bay. Me, my own father went to quiet that obobra. My own father went to quiet that obobra. Yam bottom. After Muntie NDC for this message goes to you. Yamfa.
Free fair election, the minimum say BNC. For that I know.
I just say.
No, we are going into an election and Akufo Addo etiase. I'll be free and fair. I mean, you are dreaming. Now, so that.
Akufo Addo will not give you free.
No. A big to me.
I said you want to organize it.
He has never had one. Then Akufo Addo from his primaries. Chebi, ABC, and why you free and fair elections?
I don't know handle elections. He's in their hand.
Why not the commander in chief? He's in on handle elections too.
But commander in chief has not done elections.
Elections no institutions be play role na free fair. See elections. Na po for bo bia sumu a wo say free fair elections ye kwa election na soja for ba braman for free fair elections and the institutions be play role na sa institution do na so no e show man paninsa enye is simple na sha nsa ko is ni police oni ni military oni ni law enforcement agency sa institutions ya show man paninsa and this election be ko yie pa ejiro man panya these institutions e be ma sumbia ba no e sha nsa no but unfortunately I'm telling you, we've been see that. So now no be election free and fair because the last one I remember Nipa 8 in the wuye. On can one sem da. Unko jina jabo biasin can one sem kra da moso da because BBNC ye. Yetimi to talk mobu divisional police command. You see any Nipa 2 no. Kroma ya odoko ha ya. Eni Nipa 2 no. Soja for timi akoto atutu ahwe card mbesi na yesi ni mo mkom commissions za soja for no.
Thank you. Eti NDC ntiase say afi we abatoɔ no will never ever be free and fair. NDC mo fanto madwe mu. Say under Akufo Addo Nebuchadnezzar there will never ever be free and fair election. NC. Because in 2020, 8 people were murdered. Onum communion and so on. In the NDC, prepare for the West. Yeah. NDC, prepare for the West. Because this year, December, anything can happen. And tokwa ebetimiesi. Basa ebetimiesi. Because Akufo Addo is in power. Yeah. Eti party no prepare for any eventuality. Don't wait. Emane mromoso. Prepare for any eventuality. Protect the vote. Protect the last ballot. Never ever feel intimidated. Never. And never ever be victims of peace. Then be American wait. Said the NDC must never ever be victims of peace. Because sometimes we need violence to gain freedom. It's part of life. Sometimes, without violence, there can never ever be freedom. It's part of life. And son of Kwame Nkrumah there was violence. So nobody hope for violence. And nobody pray for now. So violence, say yanum di shiamua, be ready for it. Prepare for peace, prepare for violence at the same time. This is what the Western world they do. Prepare for peace at the same time, prepare for violence because Nebuchadnezzar Akufo Addo is in power. Never ever take it, never ever joke. Because not one, not twice. Man penny way ejina ho amagana for na tiase say. E was say aka one last thing na e was so ye. O say waye adwuma bebre. Oba ye no, wabɔ ne homɔdi bebre na so aka di baako pɛ. E was say oye ansa na wa free Ghana konwa no so. Ne say obe meki Baumia the president. Amen kaimo. Amen say menya video na me fan kaimo why. Amen kaimo. Mon kaimo ho.
I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is with all my strength, all my energy to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024.
Yes. Or say, he has done his best. Now, so Aka one last thing to do is to make sure, say, with all his strength, with all his energy, to make sure Bawumia becomes the president. So this guy has sworn. So send me a tie biara. Or say Bawumia take it over. In NDC, prepare for any eventuality. Prepare for anything. And Tokao, Asubio, be ready. Because anything can happen. Sanya anya free and fair in 2020, no? Anya free and fair in 2024. This is the fact. Now, so under NDC, there was free and fair election. Under JJ Rawlings, 19-year rule. Ana Ghana for nemu say JJ on si form. Empo Gaddafi ekache Rawlings say emani si form. And JJ ka said the people are tired. Mia na me di 8 years mrade baye. Se mia me se busua. I will lose the complete support of the people. Intime nko bi mabre mamenko. Ti JJ Rawlings ana Ghana for nyina suro no or the 2 million Akufo without firing a single bullet. NDC nyansa no. Yente Ghana ha. Ebi asa me na wuswa. Me de na mani afi. You can say JJ on hand it over and in the day and empo Ghana so for can say akonya na Rawlings etina so no ansa na Akufo betina so ye man paye ngusu because Rawlings dey na okonsu ase iti ye man paye ngusu ansa na say Akufo tina so anadwen anya say Rawlings yankasa se be Ghana ha we demonized Rawlings. He can say Rawlings no okonsu ase oni maami wata hwan ye demonize Rawlings can say Rawlings on si from da. Now, so JJ say, or a statesman, JJ the 2 million for them without firing a single bullet. Let us come back in 2000 and what? 2000 is it 9 or 8? 2008. 2000 is it 9 or 8? About one. Akufo Addo bufuye. Within NPP say because nankani open say Akufo be declare support amano. Inti amane sa no Akufo Addo bufuye within the party. In 2008 ekade anko runoff. Second runoff anameboa if my brain serves me right. Anko runoff. Second runoff in 2008. Maybe some won't carry me. Anko runoff ana before Mills became Echo runoff. Because na NPP and Tini Huase. Echo runoff. And Sana Ghana for that day Atamos a win in a famano. It went into runoff. I'm correct. In 2016, John Dramani Mahama, after only 4 years in power, handed over without firing a single bullet. Anko runoff. Yaya bakona na John Dramani Mahama ejitumu. You see, the difference between NPP and NDC. Ye call bako pe and John Dramani Mahama ejitumu. Say eno no. Me nko biem. Monfa. In 2012, Akufo Addo so wantene ho asemi refi ekogina court. Esa John Dramani Mahama a whole 1 year. Mahama nkasa ye gwe na pink sheet and a pink sheet and a pink sheet na pink sheet. I put it to you na pink sheet. Ye delay 1 year. E go we Chekado say no, abani de Mahama we need no French ti Mahama ntoaso. In 2016 or January 2017, John Dramani Mahama handed over without firing a single bullet. I can say posterity will be the judge. Ghana for say mo say me ko. And no problem. Posterity will be the judge. Say me yadia that chi be Ghana for be hu manya de so you know. In 2020 under Akufo Addo, We grab on say bia or handy over power or twaso keke. They fired bullets and release criminals called Delta Force to go and massacre, to go and disarm, to go and then amputate, to go and kill, spill blood to murder. Nipan Wachi, they lost their lives. Ebesine, no commentary on that. Am I making some sense? Me say, NDC, any munyansa. NDC, are full of patriots. NPP. In 2020, Akufo Addo fired bullets. Na enye se bia sebi you watcha 8 years ago or twaso keke. Or fire bullet eku nipa watche. Ebesi no comment o. Onka ho asem. So just imagine 2024 chenchina will say oh breaking the 8 because when we say one breaking the 8 akro no na omo abon be daddy. This year ya hwe ya obeku nipa be 1,000. This year they are training the Delta Force. So information mensaka they are arming them. Eje bia ena Kevin Taylor eya de expose bi ana o chese container bi si Jubilee House etuoma Kevin Taylor ankasa asem na kire mo. Kevin Taylor ankasa asem no mebo abon kan kire me. Kevin Taylor kire say omo hu container bi si Jubilee House etuoma sa to ne e hwan dia Delta Force. So this year election, every Ghanaian must be ready. Obi anto aduane mu ni fie. Obi anto nso nto ni fie. Anything can happen. Let me say, I'm giving you a prior warning. Obi anto aduane mu ni fie. Because under Akufo Addo no, yenya 2 minutes troto debi. People will surely die. Che. They are arming them. They are armed. These guys are going to brutalize. They will kill for power. They don't care. God, they don't care about your progress. After all, all they care about is to get the power. In the 2020, just imagine Yebesi in 2024. People will surely die. So the NDC must be alert. Prepare for the best. But wait for the West. Let's dance in style. Let's dance for a while. Heaven can't wait, you only watching the sky. Hoping for the best, but expecting the West. Jay-Z the kind of same. Hoping for the best, but expecting the West. John Dramani Mahama, you're ready. NDC Munya ready. This is the kind of language I want to hear in the NDC. You see? This is the kind of language I want to hear in the NDC.
This election is about you do me, I do you. This election is about Moses' law. You hit, I hit. You slap, I slap. You stop, I stop. We are going to make sure that Udisia will become. The next election is not going to be a child's play. But so what do you say election and you better let me assure all of you say that we the leadership are going to ensure that you go into the battlefield and victory will be brought to the end.
Thank you. Joseph Yamin, this is the kind of message we want to hear. Say the NDC must be ready for anything. You must be ready. Prepare yourself. Because Nebuchadnezzar Dani Abua, we can never ever seize power from Abua just like that. No. Or you're arrogant or you're proud. The man is full of ego. To attract Ghana force and the ego is bigger than Ghana mra. They said this guy is full of ego. Eti one share ya etu beto. Se kan be pie be chunk of one sa. E betimi asi. It's Munya ready. The man is radical. May I say thank you for the word. Emmanuel Mreku, thank you for the word. The man is a radical. The man is a hooligan. Akufo Addo is a true definition of a hooligan. I'll see you guys at exactly 3 p.m. And then the man come back and you gususa, you fire sa ako. It's 3 p.m. Ghana time for the main live program. Why? Exactly 3 p.m. Ghana time for the main live program. Medamu inamase Kofi Azuma medase bebre. Emmanuel Mreku medase. Presla Kunso medase. Islam TV show TV 2024 medase bebre. Okay. Emmanuel Agbevenso medase. Okay. No cray medase bebre. Thank you guys so much. Same time at 3 p.m. Why? 3 p.m. Pepe Mushanu aha. Na yemfa the main program no. Emra. Bidin ene chairman Freemind aha na medemu ebesi. Makramo.